And the connection that I was thinking about the book of Zohar, I was thinking about one connection because this professor from Barcelona I had an experience with him last time that I went to Barcelona to make a session with Sandplay, and it was quite amazing. It was quite, the experience was quite intense, I would say, and interesting because the symbol manifests, and what's quite interesting to notice the mindset, let's say, of the analyst looking
Yes.
at symbols, because you need to stay in a position that you never know what does it mean,
Mm-hmm.
like two different persons could use the same symbol, but it would imply two different things in each one.
Yes.
And I was thinking about the book of Zohar,
Yes.
that this is a gift because we never know about the Hebrew Bible. You know,
Mm-hmm.
each time that we open the story, it must be different because if it is the same, um, you already know, and if you already know the secret, the mystery, um, it loses interest. It loses the connection with the sacred, with the mysterious. And the book of Zohar can put you in this place that you don't know. I was thinking
That's
about it.
beautiful. That's true. Good morning, Jill. Yes, whenever this is the truth about the book of Zohar and the Torah in general. And this is what makes it, in a way, makes it. This is why they call it the tree of life, because whenever we open, there's a living moment. It's not that we open and we read something that we know. Not just about the Torah or the book of Zohar. In general, whenever we open a book, there every moment is in a fresh new moment. And we are not the people that we used to be 1 moment ago, even that so. So this is a great relief, because not just the textbook, let's say, of the Torah, the Bible, when we open it, we have never seen it before. Also, our life as a book, every moment is new to us. Is it understood? This is the question. It's not just regarding to a book.
Yes, yes, and the second layer that I would connect, if I may,
Mm-hmm.
that was beautiful to look at in this sand play conversation, is that we have layers of deepness. Like even in one manifestation of symbols, uh, some of them are near of the surface, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the symbols are near the surface, but others are deep down, and while it goes deep, it becomes more universal and less individual. And this also happens with all the books that you are mentioned, like you mentioned, as we go deep, uh, you lose this sense of individuality.
In a way, we lose the sense of separation. This is what gives us, in a way, the sense of individuality. I don't know if we discussed this, is the sense of separation. The more separated, we shall feel, or feeling, or we felt a more sense of, we have the sense of the individual actor in the game of life, so to speak. But there's a great revelation, even if it comes every moment or every day, one moment or a single second, that we are not here on our own, that we don't have, in a way, individual, most private life, that we are part of life, or we are life as a complete, and there is no separation. There cannot be any separation. And this is a great relief, because the sense of separation also comes with a sense of animosity. And I just give an example from daily life. When we go to life and we have the sense of visual seeing, so to speak. So, and this is since we are awake and walking in the city, it's working, it's on. And whenever the eyes, it doesn't even matter to who is now walking in the street or in the city, since the eyes are open and the eyes, they can detect every object there is, and we are capable of seeing a tree, another person, how many people are standing, how many people are walking. We already from far, some people plan to move aside or to take some space, and so it's something that happens mechanically. Yes, when we see another person, we see there's another person and there's me, there is immediately a comment of animosity, whether we admit it or not. There is a sense of rivalry, competition, so to speak, on the same space. And it's like an animal comment. It's not something that we have control. Comes an object, walking object in front, animosity on the same space. And since everything, even the phone, yes, everything, computers, everything is, wherever you go, there are screens and so, it creates this yes, yes. It create, of course, in social media, of course, everything is created there to create. It's not enough that we see this, it creates aggravation, yes. So whatever we see, yes, whatever we see is giving us a sense of animosity, whether we notice this or not. But this is a great seed that is operating inside. And since there's, so to speak, animosity, so there's a sense of, I need to protect myself. Whether we admit it or not, this is how the biological system is working. I need to protect myself from another person because there's another body there in the street or so. Even without sense of a war or a crime in the street, just another person does something that I need to organize myself against or parallel or around. And we going, all of us are walking, are moving in life with this toxicity. That the other one, it's not, we cannot even, it's not to our judgment. It just comes as a comment, biological comment, that the other one is a rival. And the poison is there inside our system. That the other one is it's just like injection of some kind of material, a chemical reaction. And the poison is inside of us. Whether we choose it or not, it's not a matter of choice. What I've noticed is when you, yes, and what I noticed that if you go, let's say, with your one ear plugged into music, even one ear, you don't need to have two, just a little bit of ear, how do you say, earbud or something, they call it in English, inside, and very even soft music. It has to be to overcome once there is a relation. Kesher, in Hebrew, connection, kesher, connection. Yes, kesher. This is connection, hearing connection. Second, kesher, This is how we say this. I'm just trying to move between the languages. This is kesher, connection. And we have hearing, keshev. Keshev is hearing. Keshev is hearing. Keshev is hearing. Once you connected even with one ear to even soft music, it creates a sense of trust. So whenever you walk between people, in a crowd, in a supermarket, wherever you walk, since you have the hearing plugged, you don't experience the sense of falling. With the sense of visualization comes also the sense of falling. Falling from what? Falling from grace. But if we go with one ear, listening to music, we don't experience the world around us, so to speak, as full of animosity. We have like more sense of trust because the sense of visualization, the eyes that are opening outside, yes, let's say there's eyelids, and then when we wake up in the morning, they rise, and our eyes are opening outside to the world. While listening, the ear is opening in a way inside. So there's a lot of trust coming with listening, even with one ear. And we move in the world without toxicity. Again, we don't have to drink a cup of poison. It's enough that we experience and we have no control over it. Just listening a bit, and the world looks different. I mean, not looks in terms of visualization, but feels different. Because in hearing, there is no gravity. In a way, the law of gravity does not cross hearing. Do you understand? Have you experienced this? Another example, and I test it. I test it at home. I always test what is what we speak here is tested. You can also experience or test it in your homes, in your spaces where you are. The more we are exposed to even screens at home, we get aggravated, and there's a kinetic, like rapid movement, tuck, 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 because we are bothered. The eyes always sending us like a split information, not of unicity, but always like information that splits us to more and more and more and more inside. So the more screens we have at home, the more we are aggravated, the less the better. And when there's music, soft music is playing in the background, also better because it creates sense of trust, not just for that we people like to enjoy or to listen to music and so, but it's not even about having fun or amusement from music. It just connects immediately to the heart. And we have a sense of trust in the world that surrounds us. We go to life, we leave home, we go, we have one ear is connected. We go to life with sense of trust. The eyes are always sending us wrong signals, like cutting, cut and go, cut and go. Like you chop a tree and then there's another split, another split. This is the tree of knowledge. The seeing, yes, the sense of visualization create the sense of cutting all the time. Yes, yes. There's always like little music, soft music going on. Yes, the plants. Imagine the plants. We have few plants at home. Some people have gardens if they live in places there are gardens, some in buildings and so apartments, but even a plant grows better and healthier when there's music at home. Not to mention people. It doesn't have uh, to be like extraordinary party music or whatever, but that the sense of hearing shall be open. The animals, the cats, for instance, their ears, yes, where are the cats' ears? Are above their heads. Yes, there's like the shape, so to speak, of the face, and like two triangles above. The sense of hearing, yes, is higher. Even located in the faces is higher than the sense of seeing. And we, as humans, where are our ears? They're not above our head like cats or like animals. No, they're not above. They're on the sides, and the eyes are higher than the ears, meaning what concerns us is more seeing, and seeing just splitting us more and more. And everything around us is encouraging or encouraged by seeing. Not just that naturally the eyes are open in the morning, but we always logged into screens, like if it's the absolute, the television screen or phone screen or whatever it is. If there's no need, just, you close the lid of the computer. I mean, because it creates aggravation, there is no need to create more aggravation. And encouraging always the sense of hearing. What kind of a volume, let's say? There is soft music at home, but if the cat, just give you an example to ask to myself, myself does not exist, but there is a soft music that even if the cat comes and meow on the other side of the door, we should be able to listen to hear the cat asking to come in. She's like the lobby cat, she lives wherever she likes, but once the ear is listening to soft music, the heart is open. The thought, because in a way the thinking is coming with pictures. The thinking process. Not that we are the thinkers, but thinking goes through us, and thinking is like seeing, and seeing gives us a false sense or a sense of illusion. So the more we're hearing, or the more our sense of hearing is open, the better. Our life has a higher, in a way, we gain more value like this. When everything is open to visualization, or visualization only, it's just falling and falling and falling. With hearing, it does not happen that often, or if at all. And thank you, Cindy, for sharing this channel. On the hearing, there is no gravity. On hearing, there is no gravity. When when our ears are opened to listening, yes, we cannot gain heaviness. Did you experience heaviness? Heavy feelings, sad feelings, depressed, whatever, this gallery of gray, dark, all kinds of scenarios. We cannot experience this, or even if ever, when we are listening to music, because when we listen, we are not shut down. When we experience heaviness, depression, it means the systems are shut down. There's like doors inside, like everything is being closed. The systems closed, like walls, windows, everything. Gravity, and this is depression, sadness, whatever comes with it. All kinds, words and colors, and yes. Yes, I experienced something that happened. The last was conversation here. Yes, Fernando. The last conversation here with you, I could not hear Fernando. There was like a technical issue. And I asked you, do you, Jill, Yanis, and friends, do you hear Fernando? And all of you saying yes. Abigail was a yes. And I just don't hear Fernando. There was a mistake here, something on the board. It's something that I cannot explain you. What does it feel when somebody speaks and you cannot hear it? And everybody says yes, they hear a voice, and you're incapable of hearing. It was like a death verdict, not to hear. It's something that I cannot explain. It's something that frustrated me, to levels that I cannot express even. Not hearing. Therefore, conversation, yes. And we don't here have cameras open. Why don't we have cameras open here? I mean, technology, supplies, every simple communication software has a camera. Why don't we open cameras here? Because we're not encouraging this sense of cutting or separation that comes with the eyes. With hearing, we don't experience separation. And this is so important, because with the sense of separation comes the sense of animosity, comes the sense of rivalry. All the system is just in a way responding like there's something there that we need to attack or we need to protect, which both not really existing. And the sense of hearing is feeling space of communication that seeing will never give us. Never ever. It's not that I would like to make it clear. It's not that we're crossing that the fact that someone walks and sees a beautiful tree and garden, that it's nothing. No, this is not it. There are beautiful things in life. But hearing gives a sense, a complete living experience. Because seeing is linear. We see something, we like it or not. It's like we feel a form, yes? Or you press a button, yes or no, agree, not agree, accept, not accept. This is seeing. Hearing is not like this at all. It doesn't work like this. It's a round experience. A round experience. Look at the shape of the ear. And the more we have this sense of round experience, the more we feel unicity with the world. We don't have anxieties. We don't experience the other as enemy, as a rival, right? Yes, as the one who is competing, so to speak, on the same space. Yes, it's very interesting, very very interesting. We're so happy. We're so happy, Cindy. Yes, yes. The things that we're carrying around us for all kinds of reasons, we don't just leave them aside. We don't. It was Friday. Usually on Friday, it was yesterday. Usually it's good to be here in Israel. We do things very, very early in the morning. And yesterday it was like that I left, I think at around 10, 11. I mean, usually we, in this time, we are returning from the bay. I mean, the bay is where the activity of the city is. And it just left at 11. So, but I left with an earbud inside. And it just, it changes everything. It changes everything, everything. Suddenly, the fact that there was like music, I was listening to Vashti. There's there is a singer. She made an album, I think, in the late 60s or 70s, but people discovered her in the 2000 and something, just lately. Yes, a few decades after she was writing music and So and she's like it's more most of her songs is just voice and guitar, very very simple, and flute sometimes, medieval flute, like fairies flute. And I was with the earbud in the bay. Friday is a very hectic day here before preparation for Shabbat, and I experienced a completely different pulse of life. It was like a child in kindergarten. Here, there's this and that and that and that, and because the ear was connected inside. I felt a connection. So I experienced it like a child in kindergarten, yes, or a playground. Life is a playground and play as much as you know until you're tired and you need to rest, drink or something. But yes, yes, yes. So it was such a changing, not just in the bus to listen to just to go with one ear plugged, and it's so different because when you go to life while hearing, there is no sense of I'm the doer, I'm the maker, I need to do. If it comes, something goes on your way, okay. If not, not whatever. There is no sense that if you do it, you gain, and if you did not do it, it's you lost. Or there is no sense of plus or minus, winner or how do you say loser, just something very round. It is it's really changing everything. And when you listen to music like soft music, you don't feel accelerated. The heart is not accelerated to act, because many times a thought, yes, is crossing us, our minds, and thought is always crossing with an image, with a picture, and we just, you know, like fire, move into action, talk, 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 talk. If I do this, it doesn't. We don't behave like this when there's music. It's something completely different. Like you're a different entity, because when we go by thinking and by visualizing, life is always out there. So I need to get something, I need to do something, always outside of me, and there's like, so to speak, brackets, me in the world, but not with hearing. Everything is complete and life is inside. It's really healing. It's really healing. So I wanted to share it with you. Yes, Fernando.
Um,
Yes.
it is interesting that we have like these different moods that attack us, let's say, or that came by to visit us.
Mhm.
If I may share one thing about yesterday.
Yes.
Yesterday morning, I had to give a lecture uh, about a quite technical subject, and I wasn't in the mood, let's say, for
Mm.
this to study a lot and the things that the world sometimes put us. So, but I had to fulfill my duty, and uh, and I was not in good mood, let's say, to make it.
Yes.
I was going to this encounter. I was on my move to go I was feeling like a kind of aggressiveness or something like this.
Yes.
And and came one idea to put some rock and roll music, let's say, in the
Yeah.
move. You know, more aggressive almost. I was listening to songs that I usually I do not have the costume to listen, but I was listening like a quite rapid song from The Killers, and it brought me a relief, you know, because I listened to that, but I was in the music. I was listening the rock and roll like in the music, you know, and it brought me like a sense to give a voice to that feeling, let's say. And soon the music stopped. That my mood was another. I was like, okay, let it come, whatever it had to come has to come, you know. So it is. I don't know why I'm sharing this, but usually I listen to something more harmonious and calm and soft. It's what comes to me. But I had this experience that yesterday that was quite good, I would say.
It's
Sometimes we
excellent.
need to dance. We need to, you know, to give a voice also to this part.
Yes. Yes. I remember once I was listening to Riders on the Storms, but I think it was Jim Morrison, yes. And it's just as it was like I remember this, and I was listening to it, and I just translated um, a play. Yes, I don't know how did it happen, but I had a deep sense to translate a play. A German writer, he wrote a play, and I had the sense to translate the lyrics. And I was listening to Jim Morrison, and I translated. I don't know. It just I was like inside, conceived. I don't know how, but it happened. Yes, like you say, there's something that you can't explain, but it's working. It just works. I remember that I had to travel to Germany, and yet it's like 5 hours flight, and also to be from here to the airport, it's like 2, 3 hours, and then in the airport you have to go to process it. And I was did not have on me devices at all, and I was singing uh, from about midnight. The train came to is leaving here at 1 o'clock a.m. Arrive at the airport at 3, and then comes the process until the flight 6 o'clock in the morning to Berlin. And I was singing from midnight, yes, until with the train, yes, and uh, to the airport and all the process. 3 hours there. And in the airplane, I did not listen because the airplane give you like you can listen to music, watch movies. I was singing 5 hours also in the flight. So from midnight until the airport 3, and then until the flight until 6, and then 5 hours in the flight singing very silently inside. And there was a senior citizen, and he heard me very silently in the airplane. He says, "How?" But I just had to sing. It's something that uh, kept me from the inside, the singing. So I was singing for a couple of hours, I guess. It was from midnight, from 12 until 6 o'clock in the morning, 11 hours without stopping. It kept me. Imagine that you need to go to a different country, different continent, and to meet, and this is what kept me going. This is why, in a way, I don't know if there is a connection between the song that I was listening to, Vashti's album, or to go to the unknown. And how do you keep yourself? I mean, not keep, we don't need to keep, we're not fragile, we're not from clay or from glass, but just is very powerful music. Yes, Gia.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, yes, good morning. How do you do?
I'm good. How are you? I love
Good.
everyone. I just had something to share. Of course, I'm still learning Hebrew, um, and learning very slowly. But when I had the initial problem before I had the aneurysm rupture, a couple of weeks prior, I was hit with this horrible, horrible pain in my head, which is, they call it a sentinel. I think it's like a sentinel bleed. It's like a warning bleed before 10 to 14 days before the rupture. That's what they say. And
Mhm.
so, of course, I was terrified because I was by myself. And so I could barely even walk around the house. I was like, I don't know what's going to happen here. But I did kind of say, I need something. I need a song. I need something. And I ended up finding a song in Hebrew called El Na Refa Na La.
Yes.
And I turned it on. And I just laid there and let it wash over me for like almost 2 hours. And it didn't take the pain away, but it took the fear away. And so um, I find music very healing.
Mm. This is the prayer of Moses, the prayer that he said for Miriam. El
So
Narefanala. Yes, yes.
yeah,
A
yeah,
beautiful Jill.
yeah. I thought it was amazing. Yeah, and so now it's like I look for it if I have any kind of stress, then I'm like, okay, I need to find this song. But
Yes,
music is a great help
yes.
whenever you have anything going on in your life. But thank you.
You're most welcome, and thank you for sharing this experience. Yes, because the pain of something physical that we sometimes it tackles us, all kinds of things, they are happening, so to speak, to the body. And the music, in a way, enters inside to this emptiness, and from this comes the strength. It's funny, yes. It might find weird or funny, but the strength is from nothing. The strength, the healing, the creation, all of those things are coming from nothing. Yes, yes. Many people, let's say, people of research, they come with all kinds of formulas or ideas about life, theoretical. Sometimes the theories they go into practice. Every day people come with more and more, let's say, theories, formulas, ideas. Everything is on paper. Great in physics, mathematics. But when we are trying to imply those things inside one person, they're not working. Why? Yes. Why it's not working? Because inside there's nothing or emptiness. Life, they come from nothing. Life in Hebrew is plural. This is what I say, they. So life, they coming from nothing. Health, healing, coming from nothing. Happiness comes from nothing. The more, this is funny, but the more or the less we feel ourselves as entities, the more happier we become. Happiness, the feeling of us, the fact that we can feel happiness is only because there's emptiness. In a way, it might sound different, I mean, weird or different, but happiness comes from nothing, not from something. Usually, when we feel something, it comes with heaviness. But happiness is like light and jumpy. Yes, when we smile, we're happy. When we smile, yes, the angles of the mouth are rising. Yes, we say in English to rise a smile. So in emptiness, there is both happiness and both life. Emptiness is also space. Emptiness is like space. So let's say the word for space in Hebrew, halal. Halal, space, has the value of 68. Where are we? 68. English. In life. Life, Chaim, also 68. So space means life. 68. So the more emptiness we feel, it's the more space there is inside, and the more life can enter and be present. Do we understand? The more emptiness there is inside, the nothingness, the more life can stream inside, be present in this space, in this emptiness. when people are full with themselves, or we are having this foolishness of I'm the doer, there is yes, 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 yes. This is it. There is no sense of self. Yes, yes, yes. If there is no feeling inside of everything, just emptiness. So happiness and life can come. Happiness and life is the same thing. So when we feel happy, there's life inside, like bubbling present inside. So the more, and this emptiness, it goes very well with music, because when we are charged, we cannot we can check it, you can check it out. When we are charged with something, we cannot listen because there's something in a way occupying us. There is no space for listening. So it's good if we take it off our heart, we share it with a friend or something, and then we're not occupied and there's space. And with the space, happiness and life is coming all the time. So it's great to be empty. We inside, we don't say that because there's a body and we're dressed and we have like glasses and hats and winter coats or so. But inside of everything, yes, this is hallelujah. Yes, this is the emptiness. There's only, yeah, inside of us, inside of this, so to speak, we see people dressed, driving cars, having houses, tennis courts. But inside of each and every one of us, so all the bodies is assembled, the muscles around emptiness. Once this emptiness leaves, this is the soul. Everything the body stays behind. There's no life left, so to speak, in the body. But everything evolves emptiness. So the more we experience, so we give space to emptiness, the more life can come in. It's about quality, life quality. What is life quality? How much life can come in, can be hosted in this nest of emptiness inside. And what is to be empty? Not to have a narration, thoughts of who am I, yes, what is my name, what is registered on paper somewhere. This is no emptiness. So the less we are occupied with those details on registration cards, this is something, address and so, just, yes, yes. So nothing, no emptiness. And life is so infinitely great and powerful. They will manifest, they will throw themselves in, they show themselves, they will present themselves in the moment. Don't worry. We don't need to worry. We don't need to make anything. Just to have this emptiness and make space, and we don't have to make, we just don't think about ourselves, but irrelevant. The thoughts are happening mechanically, they're irrelevant. Emptiness is the queen. Yes, like in chess, who's the queen is emptiness. Yeah, I'm very happy to see you here, to feel your presence here. Very happy to. I was having a concern, yes, before it started. What shall we speak about? Yeah, and I say no. You're not having any concern. You just ask how people feel. How was the don't not to worry so much, because when we are worrying, it's like a thing. What is a thing is a wall. Yes, when we worry, naturally we are creating a wall inside. And there's two, me and the world. No worrying, it's just presence of the spirit. And spirit is one. So with this beautiful message, I would like to wish each and every one of you a wonderful week of happiness, of love, with music, with healing, with smiles. And we are living beautiful life. תודה and shalom, שבוע טוב everyone.